What's up, people? Clay here from Megadads. Welcome to VR Rundown. Here we go. Hey, what's up, VR fam? Welcome to Megadads VR Rundown, your monthly dose of virtual reality goodness. I'm Clay, your friendly neighborhood Megadad VR enthusiast, bringing you the latest and greatest in the world of VR, whether it's games, gadgets, or groundbreaking tech. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into what's been going on in the VR world this month. On today's episode, we will be taking a look at some VR news highlights for the month of February. I'm going to be sharing what I'm excited about in VR this month, and then we will be taking a look at some newly released VR titles. Feel free to jump around and use the timestamps below. Guys, today I have something really exciting to share with you all. VR Rundown is getting a new host. That's right. I'm not going anywhere, but my buddy Antonio is going to be joining us from here on out. So without too much more introduction, Tony, what's going on? Are you there?
I'm here. Thanks for having me, Clay, and thanks for convincing me to jump back into VR. I'm having a great time with it, especially when you and I are able to jump into some games together. It's been really fun. Glad to be here and joining you for VR Rundown.
Well, I'm so excited that you're here, Tony. Why don't you go ahead and start us off with our first VR news highlight for this month?
Civilization 7 launched this month, and surprising no one, it looks like it's rough around the edges, as is the case with most Civ games at launch. Apparently, its myriad of issues, including a terrible UI, will be fixed sometime down the road in later updates. Surprising everyone though, a VR version of the game is coming exclusively to Quest 3 and Quest 3S this spring. Now, I've been searching online to figure out if Civilization 7 VR is going to be a port of the PC console version or a completely separate game. I've seen conflicting information, but over at 2K.com, the game is described as, quote, a distinct version of the game made exclusively for Meta Quest 3 and 3S. Whatever, right? As long as the game's good, right? Yeah. Civilization 7 VR will allow players to oversee their civilizations from that awesome top-down godlike perspective that we've come to know and love in VR. You'll be able to peer down and lean into the command table in both virtual or mixed reality, integrating the game into your physical environment. The game's going to offer both single-player and multiplayer modes, with multiplayer accommodating up to 3 of your MetaQuest owning friends. The idea of looking down at a Civ map, sitting in the middle of my living room, sounds super exciting to me, and I hope it all works out.
Batman Arkham Shadow, exclusive to Quest 3 and 3S, has surpassed 1 million players, with each person unlocking the game's first achievement within the initial minutes of playing. This milestone reflects a significant increase from the pre-Christmas figure of less than 400,000 players, as tracked by French YouTuber Quest with Matt. The surge in player count coincides with the game's inclusion as a free-to-play title with every Quest 3S purchase, as well as its availability for $50 to early Quest 3 owners. As someone who's a fan of this game, I'm so excited to see how many people have been checking out this game.
I myself am just getting started back into VR after a long time away. I'm coming from using the Oculus Rift way back in the day, and I'm now with a brand new MetaQuest 3. And long story short, I'm impressed by the technology, how far it's come, especially how clear text appears when wearing the headset. Every menu I see is sharp. I really don't struggle to read anything, and that's blowing me away. I've watched so many essential VR games to buy videos, and everyone has their own opinion on what you should be playing, what you should be getting first, and obviously I'm just overwhelmed, like most people are, not knowing where to begin. So I started a MetaQuest Plus subscription, and I'm very happy with it. The price to the value seems great so far. There's a great selection of games, and it's really good for kind of dabbing into a lot of different games to figure out What do I like? Some of the standouts are Tetris Effect Connected. I'm having an excellent time with that, and Walkabout Mini Golf, among some others that are really, really strong titles. So I'm just diving in back to VR with my Meta Quest 3, and I'm having a ball.
This month, I actually had one of the coolest VR experiences that I've ever had so far, and that was by playing Star Wars Squadrons in VR. I set up my joystick and hooked it up to my PC, and I was off and flying. It's super immersive and perhaps a bit too intense motion-wise for some people, but I was absolutely blown away. I definitely plan to play more of this next month. I highly recommend you check this out. I also needed another exercise game, so I pulled the trigger on purchasing Les Mills Body Combat, or however you say it. I always heard great things about this game, so I finally decided to just take the plunge. And let me tell you, this game is no joke. There's some serious exercise and calorie burning going on. You will be sore when you're done with this game. It does a good job of mixing fun with exercise, and I definitely recommend checking it out. There's a lot of different workouts, and I feel like I've barely scratched the surface.
It's time to take a look at all the hot new VR games releasing this month, starting with Cold VR. Cold VR is a reverse take on Super Hot, where time slows down when you move. Stop me if you heard this one before. The game is set in a world threatened by a rogue AI. Super Hot is universally loved for its gameplay and slick visual style, so let's hope lightning strikes twice with this one. Alien Rogue Incursion Part 1 is an action horror game where you battle creepy xenomorphs that react to in-game noise levels. Any game with the Alien IP is going to be attracting rabid, hard-to-please fans, and sadly, at the time of this recording, the graphical issues and lack of dark atmosphere in the Quest port has led to lukewarm reception. Apparently this one is going to be patched, so keep one sharp eye on this game and the other sharp eye on the nearest ventilation shaft, because they're always in the shafts. Chrono Strike is yet another game inspired by Super Hot. I swear this is different than Cold VR, I double checked. In this co-op shooter, time moves only when you do. And did I mention it's Super Hot but with multiplayer co-op? I smell a winner here. Ashen Arrows is a roguelike wave defense archery game based on Norse mythology, featuring both single-player and co-op modes. Bow and arrow gameplay in VR can be very satisfying if done right. Same goes for wave defense, so fans of both should consider checking this one out. Our WTF Game of the Month award goes to Realize Music Sing, a singing for wellness app that offers access to over 1 million songs across a wide range of tastes. We're talking everything from Lady Gaga to Linkin Park. The game focuses on singing karaoke style, but for the sake of meditative self-care, as opposed to trying to sing to show off your vocal skills. In a recent interview with Billboard, the Realize Music co-founder and CEO explained the nature of the game, saying, quote, "It's not performative. This isn't something that you're going to do to show off your skills in front of your friends at a party. It's more singing just for you and getting yourself into the zone with the music that you love." Okay? Select a song and you're transported to gorgeous, otherworldly landscapes. Lyrics are projected in the sky and points are earned based on movement and timing. Realize Music Sing launches at an introductory subscription price of $9.99 a month or $99 for an annual subscription, with songs being promised to be added weekly. The only question I have is who's going to replace my headset after I'm done singing in the shower with it. All On Board promises to be a revolutionary tabletop platform built from the ground up specifically for VR. The game aims to use the full capabilities of VR to deliver a realistic board gaming experience. Only a handful of games have been announced, including Terraforming Mars and The Binding of Isaac: Four Souls, but there are more to come. The best part, in my opinion, is only one player is required to purchase the game titles. If you own the game, you can invite your friends to play for free, just like in real life. Cool. Honestly, if they add Stratego or Candyland, I'm in.
That's a wrap on this month's Megadad's VR Rundown. But now, I want to hear from you. What are you most excited about in the world of VR right now? Drop a comment below, and let's chat.